Hello guys, and welcome back to Leslie's Travels, where I teach you how to travel on a budget and how to travel in luxury. Thank you guys so much for joining on this beautiful day. Please feel free to subscribe, like the video, comment down below if you have any questions about any of the locations I have been on thus far. I want to start off with saying Happy New Year. You guys have made it through another 365 days. So guys, I am super excited to give you guys details on my very first trip to Paris. It was absolutely amazing. I can't really begin to rant and rave about how exciting this trip was for me and how excited I was as a whole. I had booked this trip before COVID. They canceled it. I booked it during COVID. They canceled it. So for me, third time was the charm. This was one of my trips that I have been planning for a long time, and it was one of my very first furthest trips that I have taken by myself. So I was super excited. You're gonna hear me use a lot of words like grateful, gratitude, and things like that, because to be honest with you, I was just in awe of the city. So we're gonna jump right on in. I am going to be giving you guys price points about what I spent on my flight, Airbnb, and my tours as well. So you guys will have some details about how much I spent as a whole at the end of the video. I did go from October the 11th through October the 18th. So you guys have an idea about how much the prices are during that time. And it is a little bit colder, so the prices are not super crazy. So yeah, I flew right on in. Just so you know, I did use the exact same method, the dry method that I always tell you guys about. I hope you guys are utilizing it as well. So yeah, I did use the dry method to go in. To book my flights and everything. When I got there, I ended up getting there in the daytime, of course, and ended up booking a taxi. He took me directly into my Airbnb. When I say I am super grateful that I chose to book my Airbnb 20 minutes outside of the city, which a lot of people say that you should book closer to the Eiffel Tower. But for me, I enjoyed the idea of being surrounded by locals. I got a chance to find out different cheaper ways to see the Eiffel Tower, as well as different tours and stuff, because I was by the locals and I got a chance to talk to them and just learn about different ways that they went to see the Eiffel Tower. I went to see certain things like book tours. So for me, it gave me a little bit of a different price point staying on the outside, and my Airbnb was beautiful. It was located outside of a canal. On top of that, I did have local restaurants right below. I had a pasta place. I had a pastry place, and a couple other restaurants that was around as well. So for me, staying outside the city was great, and my host was super accommodating. Very friendly guy. He did come up to show me how to get around. He also talked to me on the phone as far as booking, not booking, but showing me how to turn the TV over to English and stuff like that. So he was amazing, super accommodating, and his Airbnb was gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'm super grateful that I chose to book with him. But I will say, on my next trip to Paris, I'm going to book close to the Eiffel Tower. That's because it's easier to get around. Yeah, my very first tour I went on was called Harlem in Paris. This lady was super sweet. She did the very first location that we met up at with her was at a brothel, which was super cool. It was amazing. It was in all maroon, just a place that you're not going to see in America every day. She was very kind. She gave so much detail and information on the locations, and as far as the different people, as far as like Josephine Baker, and yes, and all these different jazz artists. She gave so much detail. She was very informative. On top of that, she walked around. She also gave me places to eat, and once I finished as well. So she was really kind. I absolutely enjoyed that tour. She gave me so much information. It was a very good tour for me as a black woman to get a chance to understand why Paris kind of became a safe haven for black people during that era, as well as how jazz in Paris became about. So yeah, it was really cool. From there, because I was so excited, I went directly in to see the Eiffel Tower. I ended up going up to the second floor. I couldn't make it all the way up to the top. Got a little bit nervous, not gonna lie. So I just stayed at the second floor. But that view Even just the second floor was beautiful. For me, I was just in awe that I was there. I think I was still kind of shell shocked to realize that I was in Europe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was in France. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, yeah, I never in a million years thought that I would have made it this far with my travels. So just being there just kind of took my breath away, just to be there and to see something so beautiful. But yeah, my next day I ended up going to do a photo shoot. The photo shoot was with an amazing photographer. I try to tell people, if you're going to go to a location, for me as a solo person, I never really get photos of myself. I always get photos of the scenery, but never of myself. So to be there and have someone actually take photos of me, he was super cool, super informative. He made me feel very comfortable. Wasn't on any weird things, so it was pretty cool. And like I said, I never get photos of myself, so I'm super grateful for the opportunity. From there, I did go see the catacombs. The catacombs is a museum of bones. It does take you do walk down a whole lot of steps, so be forewarned that walking back up can be kind of tiring, but it's something that everyone should experience. For me, it gave me a lot more gratitude for life. It gave me a lot more understanding of just being grateful that you're still here. You know what I mean? And it was beautiful. I think it's something that most people should see. I did see a few kids down there as well. So it is beautiful in its own way. It's not one of those things that you're going to be like, oh, beauty. But it was one of those things that just gave you a chance to just reflect on yourself. And so I absolutely enjoyed the catacombs. And the next day, I went on a walking tour. The walking tour did take me to see the Notre Dame, and then it took me to the Louvre. And if you know anything about the Louvre, it will take you many, many, many days to walk through all of the Louvre. So I did book a tour guide. The tour guide took us to the Mona Lisa and took us around all the other different artists and sculptures as well. For me, I was just grateful to be there, to be in the presence of all these amazing artists' artwork, you know? So if honestly, everything that while I was there really showed me just a lot of gratitude and made me feel grateful that I had the opportunity to experience these things that most people don't get a chance to experience. So for me, just being in Paris as a whole was just amazing. I know I keep saying grateful and gratitude, but and there's something that I never thought I would get a chance to experience, and to know that we get a chance to see what my hard work can do, and to be there, and just to be surrounded by something so beautiful. So for me, everything was amazing. I will be back again, but I will start off and giving you guys some price points as far as how much I spend. All right, so flight. My flight was, I think, under $700. I think it was under $600, but I'm just gonna give that price point for right now, but I will post it. My Airbnb was under $1,000. I think it was only like $850 or so from October the 12th through the 18th, which was super cool. I did, as far as my excursions and stuff like that, I think I only spent like maybe, as far as my photo shoot, the Harlem and Paris, the walking tour, I think I probably spent about $150 if I spent that much. So all in all, I would say I spent less than $2,000 on a 7-day trip to Paris. It can be done. When I say I got a chance to enjoy some amazing cuisine, and I can say that Paris owes me nothing, and I definitely will be back. So you can make it happen as well on a budget. You just have to figure out when you want to travel, what days is better for you, and things like that. And let's try to figure out different ways to save more money. For me, it was not super expensive. It was one of those things where I took the time to save a little bit more money. I was actually expecting to spend a lot more money than that, but I'm grateful that I didn't. So yeah, that was how much I spent. When I say I did have an absolutely amazing time, the culture, the people, the cuisine, everything was amazing. I am super grateful for the opportunity to say that I have been to Paris. I can't wait to see what else I get a chance to add to my passport book, but I will definitely be back as well. Once again, I want to thank you guys so much for joining on this beautiful day. Please feel free to subscribe, like the video, comment down below if you have any questions about any of the locations I have been on thus far. And remember, if I made this happen on a server income, you can do the exact same thing. All it takes is a little bit of hard work and dedication. And once again, thank you guys so much for joining Leslie's Travels, and safe travels. Peace.